Next, let's learn about ocean stratification. Scientists have divided the ocean into three main zones based on the amount of light that can penetrate the seawater, from the surface zone where light can be penetrated until the dark zone where no light can pass through. Let's learn one by one. The first zone is the surface zone. In this zone, the water is very shallow and light can be penetrated. Photosynthesis can be carried out here. This makes the zone suitable as a habitat for plants. About 90% of life in the ocean are distributed in this zone. The second zone is the twilight zone. This zone has little or no light. It is difficult for plants to live here. Larger sea creatures such as giant squid and various species of whales can adapt to live in the low light environment. Most of the living creatures in this zone are black or red in color due to lack of light. The last zone is the dark zone. The temperature of this zone is very low. This zone is very deep and no light can reach it. Most of the animals in this zone have body that shines or glows in the dark. For example, the anglerfish can produce light to help in its movements. Next, let's look at distribution of water on Earth. Almost 97% of the water on Earth is salt water from the ocean. The rest exists as fresh water and is distributed as underground water, surface water in lakes, rivers and swamps, glaciers and ice caps at the poles, stored water in soil, in clouds, in the atmosphere and in the body of organisms. The total amount of water contained in the Earth, on the Earth's surface and in the atmosphere is always constant and recycled continuously through the water cycle. The water cycle shows the continuous movement of water within the Earth and atmosphere. It is a complex system that includes many different processes. Liquid water evaporates into water vapor, condenses to form clouds, and precipitates back to the earth in the form of rain and snow. Next, let's look at the Earth's layers. Earth can be divided into three main layers according to its physical properties, namely crust, mantle, and core. Core can be divided into outer core and inner core. Crust is the outermost layer of the Earth and it is in solid form. Mantle is the next layer beneath the crust. 70% of the Earth's volume is made up of mantle. Core consists of two layers, the outer core and the inner core. The outer core is in liquid state and the inner core is believed to be in solid form. The inner core is denser and hotter than the outer core. Crust is the top part of lithosphere. The mantle consists of the bottom part of lithosphere, asthenosphere and mesosphere. In another word, lithosphere covers the crust and the top part of the mantle. Do you know that Earth is the only home for living organisms? Recall the topic of solar system that you have learned in primary school. Earth is the third planet from the Sun and is the only planet suitable for life in our solar system. One of the unique characteristics of Earth that makes it suitable for all life is the Earth's temperature, which is not too hot or too cold compared to the other planets. This is due to the Earth's position, which is not too far or too near from the Sun. Besides, the presence of water and oxygen on Earth also allows Earth to host all life. Therefore, love our Earth by taking good care of the environment. That's all for today's lesson. Thank you.